Obiola and the Mystery of the Silent Cats. In the quiet village of Itealu, nestled among rolling green hills and bordered by a dense forest, lived a tailor named Obiola. His life was simple but rich in purpose. Each day, before the first light of dawn, he would rise and prepare his small shop for a long day's work. His hands moved deftly over fabrics, eyes sharp with the attention to detail that made him renowned as one of the finest tailors in the region. From everyday wear to elegant robes, Obiola's skill attracted customers from beyond the village. His shop sat at the crossroads of the Itealu village square, where villagers passed daily to buy food at the market or fetch water from the nearby well. The rhythmic hum of his sewing machine was a comforting background to the bustling life outside. Obiola took pride in his work, though he led a modest life, keeping mostly to himself. He had no family, his parents long gone, and he had never married. Yet, there was something unusual about him that set him apart, something that made the villagers whisper. Wherever Obiola went, cats followed. It began with a few strays, wandering near his shop for warmth. But over time, their numbers grew. Whether he was buying fabric at the market, washing clothes by the river, or gathering herbs in the forest, the cats were always with him. Black, grey, white, striped tabbies, some with patches of orange or brown, they watched him silently, their golden or green eyes glinting. At first, the villagers found it amusing. Look at Obiola and his army of cats, they'd laugh, as children ran after him, trying to pet his silent companions. But as months passed, their laughter faded, replaced by suspicion. The number of cats seemed to grow daily, clustering around his shop, following him to the market, and lingering by his home at night. In a village where superstitions run deep, the sight made people uneasy. "It's not natural," whispered Teo, a market woman, watching him with a dozen cats trailing. "No man should have so many animals around him." "I've heard tales," our friend, Fumi, replied, glancing cautiously. "Stories of men cursed, perhaps these cats are a sign." Rumors spread quickly. Some said a witch cursed him and that the cats were spirits haunting him. Others whispered the cats were demons in disguise, drawn to him by some hidden sin. People began avoiding Obiola's shop, and he noticed the change. The laughter that once greeted him had turned into silent stares and hasty steps. The children who once ran after him now kept their distance. Yet the cats remained. They followed him everywhere, silent and watchful, their presence as constant as his shadow. At night, as Obiola lay in bed, he would hear them padding softly outside his window, their eyes glinting in the moonlight. He tried to chase them off, threw small stones to scare them, but they always returned. One evening, after a long, silent day in his shop, Obiola stared at the cats gathered by his door. He could no longer bear the isolation and fear. There was only one person he could turn to, Boba Chukwu, the village elder, known for his wisdom and deep knowledge of the spiritual world. If anyone could help him understand the mystery of the cats, it was Boba Chukwu. At dawn, Obiola set out toward Boba Chukwu's hut, near the dense forest at the edge of Itealu. As always, the cats followed closely. The village was still quiet as he walked, passing early risers who glanced warily at his feline companions. When he reached Boba Chukwu's hut, he hesitated. Taking a deep breath, he knocked, and the elder soon appeared. The elder was an old man, his back bent with age, but his eyes were sharp and observant. "Obiola," Boba Chukwu greeted him, glancing at the cats with a frown. "What brings you here so early, and with such strange company?" Obiola sighed. "Boba, I don't know why they follow me," he replied. "I've tried everything to make them leave, but they won't go. The villagers think I'm cursed." Boba Chukwu stroked his long beard, his gaze shifting thoughtfully to the cats. "Come inside," he said, leading Obiola into the dim, abscented hut. The shelves were filled with jars of dried plants, stones, and other mysterious objects. "Tell me," Baba Chuku began after a long silence, do you know much about your family's history? Something that might explain why these animals are drawn to you? Obiola frowned, thinking back. His parents had died when he was young, and he was raised by his grandmother, a kind woman who had never spoken of anything unusual in their family. I don't know, Baba, he murmured. I was raised by my grandmother. She never spoke of anything strange. Did she leave you anything when she passed? Baba Chuku asked. An heirloom, perhaps. Obiola remembered a small wooden pendant his grandmother had left him. He had kept it in a box, never thinking much of it. She left me a pendant, he replied, confused. Just a piece of wood with carvings. Baba Chuku's eyes lit up with recognition. The pendant, that may be the answer. Bring it to me. Puzzled but trusting Baba Chuku's wisdom, Obiola returned to his house, the cats following, and retrieved the pendant. When he returned, Baba Chuku held it up, examining the intricate carvings in the dim light. This pendant, the elder said slowly, is a talisman. A powerful charm passed down through your family. Your grandmother's spirit lives within it, guiding and protecting you. The cats follow not out of a curse, but because of the protection this pendant offers. Obiola's mind raced, barely believing it. But why didn't my grandmother tell me? Sometimes, the power of a talisman awakens only when it's needed, Baba Chuku replied gently. The cats are here to protect you. Protect me? Obiola asked, his heart pounding. Yes, Baba Chuku said, his expression darkening. There is danger near, though I cannot say from whom. You must stay vigilant. Obiola thanked the elder, clutching the pendant as he returned to his shop. Days passed with an unsettling sense of dread. The cats followed him, but now he saw them differently. He had grown to trust them. One evening, as he walked, the shop door creaked open. A stranger entered, a tall, lean man with sharp features and a cold smile. Good evening, tailor, the man said smoothly. I've come to commission a suit. Obiola felt uneasy, though he could not explain why. The cats, usually calm, grew tense, their fur standing on end as they watched the stranger. Despite his unease, Obiola measured the man for his suit. The man's cold smile remained, though there was an unsettling darkness in his eyes. As the man left, the cats hissed, their eyes fixed on the door long after he had gone. Obiola remembered Baba Chuku's warning and wondered if this man was the danger. That night, Obiola lay awake, unable to sleep. He sensed something looming. Just before dawn, he saw the man approaching his shop once more, his expression dark and intent. The cat sprang to life, their eyes glowing as if aware of the threat. Instinctively, Obiola clutched the pendant. The cats moved swiftly, surrounding the man. The stranger sneered, but his confidence wavered as the cats advanced, their bodies glowing with an ethereal light. With a sudden hiss, they lunged, their claws flashing. The man let out a scream echoing through the quiet village, and disappeared, swallowed by a brilliant light. When the light faded, the cat sat calmly at Obiola's feet, their task complete. From that day on, the villagers saw the cats not as a curse but as guardians, and Obiola, once the quiet tailor, became known as a man of quiet strength, watched over by the spirits of his past. I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.